This is the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Doubleheader action continues here on CBS. The undefeated Oakland Raiders against the winless St. Louis Rams. The Raiders look to stay unbeaten behind Rich Gannon. 10 touchdown passes this season. The #1 rated quarterback in the National Football League. Welcome back to St. Louis, everyone. The St. Louis Rams looking for their first victory of this season, as improbable as that sounds. There is first-year Oakland head coach Bill Callahan. Couldn't ask to start a season any better with 4 wins in 4 outings. On the other side of the field is Mike Martz, a year ago in the Super Bowl, and now just looking to register a victory here in Week 6 of this NFL season. The Raiders have won the toss. They've elected to receive. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. We're glad you've joined us here in St. Louis. These Rams behind the 8 ball as this season has gone along.
I would say so, starting out 0-5, but today the Rams, Mike Martz, he's looking for the one word he said to us many times on Friday, some passion from his players. They're playing hard, but show me the passion that you want to win.
Jeff Wilkins will kick. The deep man for the Raiders is Terry Kirby. And we're underway. Line drive kick. Kirby with a foot on the goal line. 15, 20. Breaks it outside across the 30 and out of bounds. The 35-yard line. Yo Murphy ran him out. 35-yard return, and Rich Gannon comes on the field. His offensive line, you see them there, and Gannon says just what's important today for him and the Raiders.
Big key for us is to have patience and to spread the ball around, get Jerry Rice and Tim Brown to catches early, and also to expect the unexpected against a Ram defense that needs to have something good happen at home.
Spread the ball around is what Rich Gannon does very well, and they start with 5 wide receivers on first down. Quick drop, pass over the middle, and midfield to the 40, to the 30, down the sideline, and run out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I guess the Raiders do not want the Rams defense to feel good. They really catch them. They come out, line up real fast, 5 wide receivers. They spread the field and watch Jerry Rice come into the open hole from your right. They cover Tim Brown underneath. And also you see the tackling down the field. It's a zone defense. Nobody follows Jerry Rice. Tim Herring, the safety, knocked down, not able to make the tackle until a long game.
53-yard pickup. Quick pass out here, in and out of the hands of Tim Brown, the intended receiver. A look at the defensive alignment for the St. Louis Rams. Ryan Pickett, second-year man out of Ohio State, been playing particularly well, says Mike Martz. The linebacking unit gets second-year man back on the outside after missing 2 weeks.
The secondary for the Rams, Mike Martz, Lovie Smith said we must tackle better, and that means Adam Archuleta. Look for him to come up on third downs and play the linebacker position to help get those tackles.
Gannon on 2nd and 10. Protection. Throws to the 10-yard line, complete inside the 10. Jerry Rice to about the 6.
Well, the start was so fast, we didn't get to talk about the second play of the game. They had it set up. Gannon did not get hold of the football quick enough. Otherwise, Tim Brown is going to score on the second offensive play. No huddle.
Garner, the only Raider with Gannon in the backfield.
No huddle on the road in a dome.
On 3rd and 4. Gannon on the run, going to keep it. The 3 appears to be short of a first down. Tommy Pauly came up for the first hit.
Tommy Pauly back in the lineup for the Rams. He has been hurt. Mike Martz says he is the heart of the defense. He's the playmaker, instinctive, and you saw it there, the speed to come up and stop Rich Gannon short.
On 4th and 1, John Ritchie and Zach Crockett, 2 fullbacks into the lineup. And now we get a timeout called on the field.
The Raiders could do anything. They could move the quarterback. They could move the wide receivers in motion to pick them to get them open, or they can slam it up in there with a big back.
Brad Badger is in as a tight end, number 70. 4th and 1. Zach Crockett. Tommy Polley with the hit. The Rams say they stopped him. And the ball goes over on downs.
Well, Mike Martz is right. Tommy Polley, first series, he was out last week, makes 2 big plays. Helps get the stop on 3rd down, in the hole. Nobody can even block him to stop the 4th down run. Look at number 52, coming all the way across the formation.
This is a huge defensive for the St. Louis Rams right off the bat. And now to the offense, and making his first NFL start is the second-year quarterback out of West Virginia, Mark Bulger. On 1st down, straight ahead, Marshall Faulk. The offensive line is still minus the services of Pro Bowler or Pace. Here's Bulger, knows what he's got to do today.
I think we're going to have to take care of the ball more than we have been in the past couple weeks, especially.
Service in 2, that was big.
And now we get a timeout called, and the Rams have used their 2nd timeout. And we aren't even 3 minutes into the football game.
You know, I was going to say they've been a lot better here in the last few weeks, preserving those timeouts, but not a good start when it comes to communication on the field.
So Bulger comes over, has a chat. Mike Martz says Bulger had a very, very good week of practice, and Martz feels if he plays as well as he practiced this week, then the Rams are going to be okay today.
Yeah, he was really excited about him because on Thursday, he says, I don't think the football even hit the ground. And we watched him practice Friday, Greg. He threw the ball extremely well. I was on the field before the game, said hi to Kurt Warner, talked about Bulger, and he says, oh, he throws it better than all the other quarterbacks on our team. And I go, really? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, he just might not know as we do right now, but as far as just throwing the football, he does it very well.
Bulger looking at a 2nd and 8. Faulk cuts left, diving out toward the 10-yard line. Napoleon Harris and Torrey James. And we welcome those of you who watched the Buffalo Bills knock off Houston by a score of 31-24. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simon Katayan at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, where the St. Louis Rams put the clamps on the Raider offense at their own 2-yard line. And now Mark Bulger, making his first NFL start, looks at a 3rd and 3. Bulger with the handoff on the draw and forward to Marshall Faulk, and is very close to 1st down yardage. And from the placement of that ball, it looks like he got it. He did. Check out the starters for the Raiders. Up front, the big additions, the tackles, Sam Adams and John Perella this year. The linebacking core is anchored by the rookie in the middle out of Northwestern, Napoleon Harris.
Well, you look at the secondary, Rod Woodson, he's new this year from the Baltimore Ravens. What he has brought to this defense is communication, not as many breakdowns as they had last year.
Rams on 1st down, and Faulk dodging forward to about the 15-yard line. We've had 4 offensive plays by the Ram and 4 Marshall Faulk rushes. He got 2 on that play, and it'll be 2nd and 8. The clock continues to move. Coming up on 10:15 to play here in the first quarter. And we welcome those of you who watched Indianapolis edge Baltimore by a score of 22-20. The Rams and the Raiders are scoreless with 10 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bulger to throw. Plenty of time. pulls it down and now throws to the sideline and hits his man, number 80, Isaac Bruce. 17 yards and a first down and a most impressive throw.
Well, let's take a look at Mark Bulger's first throw. He's going to come in, go out, and watch how there is only one receiver down the field on that side. Bulger stays with him. He's double covered and makes the perfect throw for the reception. He really had no choice. No receiver was short, so he just stayed with Isaac Bruce, gave him that extra second, and he beat the double coverage.
Bulger's first NFL throw, 17-yard first down, and now he's going to go deep. Has a man downfield. It is complete inside the 20 to Torrey Holt.
Well, what a start for Mark Bulger. What a terrific throw. Just drops back, has no hesitation. The Rams, what a terrific job. And out and up, such a good move. Rod Woodson has no chance with that double move. And it's so deep down the field when he makes it. I'm sure that fooled Woodson because of that, and a nice catch by Torrey Holt. What a throw.
50-yard completion to Holt. On first down, little pump fake, and then the gift to Marshall Faulk up the middle, inside the 15 to the 11. Tony Bryant, Derek Gibson with the stop of the 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3, and the Rams looking a little bit like the Rams of old with the offense.
Well, no, the Rams of old would have never run it the first 4 plays, Greg. But Mike Martz, quarterback, making his first start, backed up, does the right thing, gives it to Marshall Faulk, and people say, well, they don't give it to Marshall Faulk enough. I think before the day's over, he's going to be one tired halfback.
You look at St. Louis's red zone numbers so far this season. The pitch for Faulk coming left, trying to turn the corner, and has run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, close to a first down.
All good football teams, and we all get lost sometimes because we get enamored with the big plays down the field because it's pretty. Kurt Warner throwing to the wide open wide receivers. But the Rams, everybody forgets how well they've run the football in the past years. When you run it well, it just leads to so many other good things. Protecting the quarterback, let receivers get down the field faster.
Marshall Faulk just became number 15 all-time rushing yard. History on 1st and goal. Bulger rolls, throws, caught, touchdown! What a catch by Isaac Bruce! Kurt Warner, one of the first guys out on the field to congratulate Bulger coming to the sideline.
Boy, as he let this football go, I said, oh, it's his first bad pass. But what a catch, Isaac Bruce.
Mark Bulger's first NFL drive is good for 97 yards and his first touchdown pass. Jeff Wilkins to add the point. The defensive stand, followed by the 97-yard drive. Bulger's touchdown pass to Isaac Bruce, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Back to St. Louis, everyone. If Mike Martz has a wish list, do you think he's checked off the first 2 or 3 already at the top?
It might be the first time all year Mike Martz has been somewhat happy on the sidelines. Terrific opening drive by the offense, but even more important than that, the stop by the defense on the Raiders' opening drive.
And Mark Bulger, if you're looking for a little confidence builder for a young quarterback, how good was that?
He wants the game to end now.
Terry Kirby from the 1-yard line. 15. Room to run up the sideline. Cross and out to about the 31 or 32-yard line. James Whitley with the stop after a 30-yard return. And Rich Gannon and the offense will go back to work right after this. Welcome back to St. Louis, and there is Mark Bulger, and he'll revisit that 50-yard completion.
Yeah, let's watch it. Here's Torrey Holt. He's going to come up the field, make an out-and-up move, but both receivers, Isaac Holt, watch him cross. Now they got a 2-on-1 fast break, and why I wanted to show you this terrific throw by Mark Bulger. Rams do a lot of this. They do it on the outside of the field. They do it up the middle, where they send the receiver through, and then 5 yards later, another one comes up right behind him and makes the catch.
Charlie Garner in the backfield. Gannon going to throw. With time, far sideline, complete to Jerry Rice and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's enough for a first down for the Raiders.
Now, you know, how do you stop that? Rich Gannon looked up the middle of the field the whole time and waited and waited and waited, and then he turned at the last second and threw to the open receiver to his left. So the guy covering the open receiver watches the quarterback, says he's not coming my way. When he turns, it's gone.
Gannon steps up over the middle. Garner. And Garner lassoed before he gets to midfield by Adam Archuleta. There's Bill Callahan.
Yeah, we had a nice him yesterday talking about this offense. John Gruden kind of started it, but now Bill Callahan and Mark Trestman, they've put in more plays.
And he says having more fun.
Yes, working.
Penalty marker flies in the backfield as that pass is completed to Charlie Garner, and he twists forward for a first down at the 40, 11-yard gain. But now let's check the flag. Our referee today is Bill Carollo. Face mask against the Raiders.
Wow.
And Bulger didn't do badly either.
Personal foul, face mask, number 74, prior to the pass. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still second down.
Matt Stinchcomb, the fourth-year guard. The Raiders now looking at a 2nd and 21. Play fake. He lost the football. Covers up at the 23-yard line.
Well, maybe I spoke too soon. I was watching the play, so the football slips out of Rich Gannon's hand. Nice fake. They got it all set up.
Oh.
Yes, he took it back and was coming forward, and the ball was gone.
And Jeff Sganina on top of him for the 11-yard loss, 3rd and 2. Gannon flipped, and that's Kirby out of the backfield. Kirby down at the 30-yard line. And the Raiders will be forced to punt.
The Rams.
Terrence Wilkins deep for the kick from Shane Leckler. Wilkins. Got to go back and pick it up at the 15. Spinning away from trouble. Runs into a little bit more at the 17-yard line. Timeout on the field. 54-yard punt and a 3-yard return, and we'll be right back. They're looking for Bulger and the Rams at the 18-yard line. Bulger rolling. That is buried back at the 7 by DeLawrence Grant. Grant's 2nd sack of the season. You kind of get the feeling that Bulger rolled out and did not expect Mr. Grant to be there.
Not to be quick. He's trying to look down the field to find a wide receiver open. DeLawrence Grant, number 99. Oh, yes, and you know that's what happens. Quarterback Mark Bulger making his first start. What you find out is some of these big guys up front can really run.
Loss of 9, 2nd and 19. On the draw, Marshall Faulk, hole up the middle. Jigs and jags across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Rod Woodson with. We're under 4 minutes to play for the first quarter. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. To follow up, Bill, on a point you made earlier about the enthusiasm of this football team, Mike Martz told us he literally had to drag his team out of denial, that they can no longer just show up and steamroll over teams like they have the last 3 seasons. He said, I needed more passion and enthusiasm, and I can tell you right now, pretty obviously, there's a lot of both down here on the sideline, Greg.
Thanks, Armin. Mark said that that passion and enthusiasm began to return at practice this week, and it has apparently spilled over onto the game. 3rd and 12. Bolger running out of time, on the move, throws, completes the pass to Torrey Holt, and Holt enough for a first down.
Well, excellent job by Mark Bulger. Gets in trouble, not just throwing it down the field, making sure he sees what's happening. Watch the receivers down the field. Torrey Holt really pushed, does a good job of working with the quarterback once he moves, breaks the tackle to get the first down.
Play clock is down to 8 already. They're going to have to hurry. 3, 2 to 1, and they got the playoff. Marshall Faulk, right side, turns the corner. Run out of bounds across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
Well, that's what you got to do against this Raider defense. The 30th in the NFL against the pass, so you want to throw it, and when you run it, you need to go outside, because inside, Sam Adams, John Perella have been playing very well, stopping the run.
Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk is one of those guys who has taken this losing streak at the outset of the season rather personally, and he declined to talk to us, and you know what? That's okay with us.
Good. You know, you don't have to come and explain to us why you're 0-5. It's a player of his quality is going to take it personal, and what's he going to say to us? He's going to come in, talk to us, Greg, and go, well, it's this, that. You know, he's just upset. And funnel your energies to playing and trying to win this game. That's what Marshall Faulk is doing.
3rd and 3 on the blitz. Romanowski didn't get there in time. The pass is complete. First down to the yard line to Torrey Holt.
Boy, Bill Romanowski's like raising his hands up going, I can't believe he got the football off. And then it's complete. Watch number 53 coming from the, right up the middle. Good timing, big hit. But Mark, I don't know if Bulger even saw it coming.
We are in the final minute of the first quarter. Lamar Gordon is in at running back, and there's movement on the right side. That's DeLawrence Grant.
You know, Greg, though, just
Encroachment, 99, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And it leads you to make mistakes late in the game.
Bulger with a 1st and 5. And he runs out of time again, this time at the 37-yard line, and DeLawrence Grant, there's a marker downfield. So another big hit on Bulger, but let's check the flag downfield.
Use the hands to the face, number 50. By rule, will go to the previous spot, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Any breaks to have been had here in the first quarter have been had by the Rams, and they've made the rest of the breaks. Let's see if they get this one off before the end of the quarter. They will not, as Bulger walks away from center. And we have come to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Rams 7 and the Raiders nothing. We'll come back to the Edwards home right after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Back for the start of the second quarter, and way back in week 1, the Raiders saw a quarter of play where they didn't score. The first quarter here is only the second of the season.
Well, they moved it very well. Missing on 4th down, close to going in, and a penalty. Stop both drives.
Marshall Faulk and Chris Hetherington in the backfield, and now Faulk flanks to the near side as a wide receiver. Bulger on first down. Goes down again hard at the hands of Travian Smith.
Wow.
And Travian Smith is just the latest in a hit on Mark Bulger.
Well, let's look at the sack. This Raiders changed defenses. They went to 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. It fooled the St. Louis Rams offense that time. But look at Mark Bulger. Welcome to the NFL with all these hard hits already in the first quarter.
We have a Ram down on the field, and he's being looked to, and it's number 77. That's Grant Williams, who arrived here in St. Louis on a trade with the Patriots. We'll take a timeout. Well, the question is, are you winning your fantasy matchup? Get real-time scores and stats for your fantasy players at CBSSportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. This is one of those injuries. The right side of the screen, Bulger falls back into Williams' right leg, and he has been there since the play took place. He's now being helped onto a cart.
They have to shuffle everybody around. Tom Newton went to right tackle.
2nd and 16. Bulger going to roll away from any pressure coming. Throws downfield, and it's complete across the 40. Or is it? It is. It's ruled a catch inside the Raider 40-yard line. Isaac Bruce with a 17-yard reception.
Good play call by Mike March. You got a whole new offensive line in there now, the way they shuffle it, but get the quarterback outside. Perfect throw. Drags the feet. Job by Isaac Bruce. And boy, has Mark Bulger thrown the ball well.
So it's a first down. Rams escaped the 2nd and 19 drive on this, 2nd and 19 on this drive, and now a 2nd and 16 on first down. Quick pass, and that doesn't work. That'll lose yardage. Back to the 43-yard line to Marshall Faulk. We check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg and Phil, and the
Oakland Coliseum. It'll be Chargers.
Now the Raiders still staying with 3 defensive linemen in there and 4 linebackers. It gives them more speed, but makes the blocking assignments more difficult.
Marshall Faulk can't find any running room. Tony Bryant is there to wrap him up. Let's go down to Armin Catane. Armin.
Greg, as you mentioned, Grant Williams looked like he was hurt, and it turns out to be true. Not good. He's got a dislocated right ankle. He's obviously done for the day. A lot of shuffling right now going on along that offensive line. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thanks.
Well, this Raider defense, we just talked about it, Greg. I was talking to Rod Woodson along with you last night, and he said that they are blitzing a little more than they probably did last year. Trying to put more pressure on the quarterback.
Whistles blow, penalties, markers fly.
And he says this is like old-style football. He says this is a lot of man-to-man coverage when you play defense.
Prior to the snap, false start, 1 offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Tom Newton. I think.
But the Raiders called him almost immediately. Thought it was a good fit, so he came here.
3rd and 19. Bulger with time is going to go deep. And it's incomplete inside the 5-yard line. Isaac Bruce, the intended receiver, and Bulger threw into some double coverage.
Well, that was a good job, actually, reshuffling the offensive line for the Rams. A couple throws, they gave Mark Bulger enough time to get the ball down the field. And
Bulger's first incomplete pass of the day. Mitch Berger on to kick it away. Philip Buchanan is deep. Buchanan has an 83-yard punt return for a touchdown. He makes the fair catch at the 15-yard line. We have a marker down on the near side of the field. Looks like someone illegally downfield.
I was thinking they would declare.
Ineligible player on the kicking team, number 55, illegally downfield before the kick, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Touchdown on a punt return against Tennessee 2 weeks ago. Looks like another marker is down, a couple of them. Buchanan cuts it back. Still on his feet and now down at the 24-yard line. Let's check these markers. this one. From the 13, Buchanan running right. There's a penalty. Gets a good block on the far side. Penalty markers fly, and this time the flag will go against the Oakland Raiders.
Illegal block in the back. Number 88 on the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down. Timeout.
So we get a break in the action with 11:53 to play in the first half. The Rams still holding on to a one-touchdown lead. NFL.com. Charlie Garner, John Ritchie in the backfield as Gannon works deep in his own territory. Looks to throw it and gets rid of it and throws and doesn't connect with Garner out of the backfield. It'll be second and 10.
You know, we had a chance to talk to Rich Gannon yesterday. You look at the quarterback comparisons. I said, well, what'd you do during the offseason this year to make yourself better? He says what he really works hard on is making sure his legs stay in great shape, because he says as a quarterback, once you lose those legs, then you're just going to go downhill and not be successful. So still moves around very well for an older quarterback.
Gannon under pressure. And it was batted away by Zganina. Leonard Little was coming up from behind. Zganina got a hand up. You know, Gannon also told us, he said, what do you look for from the Rams? He said, we look for a what do we have to lose attitude, and that can be very, very dangerous.
Well, it can be. Watch the pressure. You make the quarterback hold it just an extra half second, and that enables the pass rush to get there. Zganina does a good job of getting his hands up. And the crowd's in.
Terry Kirby is in the lineup on 3rd and 10. Gannon throws, complete to Kirby. Kirby looking for first down yardage and doesn't get there. Travis Fisher, the first to close on him, and the punting unit comes on.
You know, like Mike Martz said, if that last play just illustrates what the Rams are doing well so far today. The receiver catches the football. He makes a move. There were 6 Ram defenders hustling to make the tackle. That's how you cause turnovers.
Shane Leckler. Pretty good kick. Backs Terrence Wilkins up to his own 28. Turning a corner for about 5. Gets to the 33-yard line. 55-yard punt and a 5-yard return, and there's a penalty marker back upfield. And looks like a Raider downfield too early.
Ineligible player on the kicking team, number 56, illegally downfield. 5-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
So Mike Martz will see if he can get a little better field position out of this exchange.
There'll be some tired special teams players here.
I'm tired.
Well, the crowd's been good. Of course, the Rams have played well. I wondered how they would react to the 0-5 team, and I guess just like any fans would, the Rams are playing well, so they're happy.
Playing well and winning.
Yes, well, of course.
This time, Leckler will get it away for a low snap. Scoops it off the turf and gets a good kick away. Wilkins back. We have another marker down. Wilkins to the 45, midfield. Breaks free, near sideline to the 20, and is bumped out of bounds. Shane Leckler made the stop inside the 10. Let's check the penalty. It's another illegal Raider downfield.
Ineligible player, number 41 on the kicking team, downfield. That penalty is declined. First down, St. Louis.
56-yard punt, 55-yard return.
It was such a good punt. You can see Terrence Wilkins had about 10 yards between him and the first defender. That enabled him to go up, make the move, make a few people miss the tackle. And Sebastian Janikowski, watch this.
No,
hit.
Shane Leckler.
Oh, Shane Leckler, I'm sorry. Sebastian's the place kicker.
You know, these kickers are just getting
big
and rough. First down, Rams. Deep drop for Bulger. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Did he get it? Touchdown! Penalty marker on the play. Torrey Holt made the catch. Here's Bill Carollo.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 53. The result of the play is a touchdown. However, Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field.
Watch the touchdown to the outside. You saw the personal foul. Oakland is challenging in that catch now.
Pretty close.
That right foot looks like it could be up in the air.
Has been determined. The receiver controlled and possessed the ball with both feet inbounds. Result of the play is a touchdown. We will enforce the roughing the passer foul, number 53.
See, Greg, I was right. When you feel strongly both ways, you can never be wrong.
Torrey Holt records his first touchdown catch of the season. Wilkins' kick is good. The St. Louis Rams not looking at all like a winless team this season. Lead at 14-0. Remind you, you look at Bulger's numbers, and this kick is going to go through the uprights. Mark Bulger has had himself a tough afternoon, but he also has a couple of touchdown passes to show at 14-0. Garner and Ritchie in the backfield behind Rich Gannon. Garner running room up the middle across the 25 throughout the 26. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks. Well, befitting a team 4-0 and has 11 players with 10 years or more experience, Greg. Absolutely no sense of panic down here on the sidelines. Rich Gannon very calm and collected. Jerry Rice much the same way. We'll see how it plays out. Back to you.
All right, Armin. Yeah, for a core group of veteran and experienced players, you can't beat the Oakland Raiders. Gannon with time, gonna go deep. Incomplete, intended for Jerry Porter. Travis Fisher and Chad Cota were alongside Porter.
Well, this time again, Rich Gannon going down the field. The ball slips out of his hand just a little. You remember earlier in the game, he threw a short pass to his right. I thought the ball got away from him then. And again, sometimes indoors, believe it or not, the footballs can be a little slick because you don't have the natural elements of moisture, the grass, or whatever beating it up a little.
Gannon, complete. And Garner out to the 40-yard line and a first down for the Oakland Raiders.
But you know what? Let's go back. Last week he had a hard time with the football up in Buffalo, and he still had an outstanding day, throwing for a lot of yards, some good touchdowns. But
the Raiders only had 495 yards of total offense that day.
Just thinking the football would have been dripping well.
Scary.
But somebody asked me, can the Rams upset the Raiders today? I said yes, but don't put the football in the hands of Rich Gannon too often, because if you do, it will come through for the Oakland Raiders. I've watched him too many times over the last 3 to 4 years. I don't know, Greg, if we've ever done a game where Rich Gannon did not play well. You know, he plays well every game. Sometimes he plays really well.
I know you have long considered him to be maybe the most underrated football player in the NFL.
There's no doubt he's that. I think over the last 3 years, he's been the best player in the National Football League.
Quick pass out to the Tim Brown, and Tim Brown out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Chad Cota ran him out. Brown's first reception of the day.
Greg, they just give you so many looks, it's hard to defend them all. This time, Tim Brown in the slot, 2 lead blockers, a little screen. They tried something similar the second play of the game for him. They would have had a touchdown with it, except Rich Gannon let the football get away from him.
Tim Brown's numbers on the season. Oakland first down at the Ram 43. That is an incomplete pass, the shovel pass, intended for Terry Kirby, and it's incomplete. The Rams say a fumble, but that is officially a forward pass.
Watch it, though. Watch Rich Gannon. Tell me if this doesn't slip out of his hand. Slipped out of his hand again. 4 times. Watch it. Just pops out. Whoops.
Does a quarterback start to think about that?
You know, I would, but talking to Rich Gannon, just say, what the heck, wet my towel, get a better grip, I'll be all right.
Charlie Garner, room to run up the middle, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, and a first down.
And see, this is what happens when you play a team that keeps throwing the football and gives you so many formations. When you run it, watch up the middle. When you finally do run it, Barrett Robbins, good block on Pitt. That was the key block that frees up Charlie Garner. And when you do run it, it almost catches the defense by surprise, and Charlie Garner runs hard. He's in your secondary right away.
First down, Raiders at the St. Louis 29.
Look at the movement on the Rams defense.
And now we get a penalty flag and a false start. Let's see if it's Roland Williams.
False start, 86, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's who it is.
You know what, this time, let's see, since the Raiders get a chance to get in the huddle, let's see if they come out here and go through about 2 shifts, a couple guys to start, restart, send a motion, and just try to confuse the defense. Yeah, when I talk about it, they're just going to line up and run the play.
First and 15. Tyrone Wheatley, and he is met as soon as he gets the football. Adam Archuleta, who has had a bunch of tackles today and was the first to point the finger at himself last week. That's his 7th tackle already today.
Number 31. This time they got the run blitz on. Adam Archuleta, you're right, Greg. We talked to him. He was still fuming over the fact that he missed tackles against the San Francisco 49ers last week. And they want to play Adam Archuleta near the line of scrimmage a lot more. Get more speed. He's up there as a linebacker. Here he is. More speed, close to the line, stop those short passes by the Raiders.
Gannon throws, and that's complete to Terry Kirby. Tyoka Jackson with the tackle. That's a pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd and 13. You know, Adam Archuleta was saying, you know, I don't want to say that. He said, well, yeah, you know, when you stay back there, sometimes the safety position, you get kind of bored.
Yeah, that's right. So Lovie Smith, defensive coordinator, trying to find a way to get this defense going. So Adam has good instincts. He's fast. He can cover receivers. Get him near the line of scrimmage where there's more action.
Crowd comes alive for the Rams. They look at a 3rd and 13 against the Raiders. Gannon, quick pass. Kirby out of the backfield is brought down just short of the 25-yard line. Aeneas Williams with the stop. And that'll bring Janikowski and the field goal unit onto the field. Janikowski, you see his career numbers. He's 5 out of 6 this year in field goals with a long of 46. This will be a 43-yard attempt. On its way, plenty of leg. And through the uprights. 5:13 to play in the first half. The Rams finally get on the scoreboard. It's 14-3 St. Louis.
Monday is a great day for us, isn't it? We
It's
get to lay around and watch TV. I love it. Rich Gannon going over the plays with Mark Trestman.
with Terrence Wilkins, but this will be Wilkins a yard deep in the end zone. 15, 20, out to the 25-yard line. Clarence Love with the tackle, 27-yard return. Here comes Bulger right after this. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan at the Edward Jones Dome. That is the injured right hand of the regular quarterback, Kurt Warner, who is not going to be back for a while.
You know, it was funny after the last series, Kurt Warner walked up to Mark Bulger and had a towel and started waving at him like, man, you're hot. Cool you off. They were all having a good laugh on the sidelines, and you're right, he's hot. Look at those numbers.
5:08 to play in the first half from the 25-yard line. The pitch from Marshall Faulk, cuts it back. Gets about 3 to the 28-yard line where John Perella makes the tackle. We'll call it a 4-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
You know, Greg, I think you would agree, since you're an avid film watcher now these days.
Can't
Every
get enough
Friday,
of it.
you can't. You know, you've been good this year. You haven't been sleeping on Friday afternoons. What's wrong?
Pharmaceutical.
You're getting a lot of sleep at night, but I think we both agree, though, when we were watching the Rams play the 49ers, you think, well, the score was lopsided, it's terrible. But then you watch their offense, and you just go, man, they do so many things that they're creative, and it gives the quarterback a lot of chances to throw the football down the field.
Bolton got rid of it, and he got hit hard. The pass comes up.
Yep, another hit. He has taken a lot of big hits. But again, if he would have had time, Torrey Holt is going to be wide open for another completion down the field. It's a late blitz. John St. Clair leaves too quick, and the safety, Derek Gibson, comes in and makes the hit. And that would happen. St. Clair starts at right tackle, now playing left tackle. Didn't stay in his spot long enough. Double team the defensive end. Missed the blitzer coming up.
3rd and 6. Pass over the middle, and that's behind his intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Troy Edwards coming across the middle, and Bulger just threw it behind him.
Well, the Raiders, they have some pretty good, what you call covered corners, guys that can run with wide receivers. So there's Chuck Bresnahan. He is sending the blitzers at the quarterback in this offensive line, and it made Bulger a little uneasy that time, and he threw behind the receiver.
First time today the Rams have gone 3 and out. Here's Mitch Berger to kick it away. Philip Buchanan standing back between his 25 and 30-yard line. Not a very good kick. Buchanan lost the football, picked it up, retreats, dodges another tackler, 35, and run out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
It's funny. He's tired. He had to get out of bounds.
Officially, that's a 6-yard return, but he ran about 35. Here's Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon has had his problems with the football today. That's people quacking all over the sidelines on that one. And that shovel pass is one that just didn't work.
You know, we talked about it, that he did have a little trouble in Buffalo. And I said, you know, Rich, I was kind of kidding, but serious. I said, they'll probably be kind of hard to handle tomorrow inside the dome. And a lot, in my experiences, when I played in domes, early in the game, always had trouble with the football, just because there's not enough moisture. So your hands are dry and the football can be dry.
Gannon has thrown 100 straight passes without an interception. Here's number 101. And he throws it away, and it's intercepted. Did he get it? No. Travis Fisher could not get his feet down. You know, we saw this yesterday in a college football game, a quarterback trying to throw a ball away, and it was intercepted on the sideline.
Well, nice try by Fisher. Well, actually, I don't know if Rich Gannon was completely throwing it away. I think he was hoping Jerry Rice would turn up the sideline and he was going to lead him.
2nd and 10, lost the football. still loose. The Rams have it. Leonard Little forced the fumble. Grant Wistrom came up with it.
It looks like Leonard Little's getting around Lincoln Kennedy. Watch 91. Oh, he gets an excellent jump off the ball. Lincoln Kennedy lunges at him, and when you do that, you better make sure you get all of the defense. He doesn't. Leonard Little makes the hit, causes the fumble. And Lincoln Kennedy even said, you lose some of that rhythm. You need it to get, when you sit out for a couple weeks. Said he worked hard all week and getting his timing back, getting ready for his speed rusher. Leonard Little beating that time.
Blitz. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Ernie Conwell. Penalty is down.
Once you establish yourself, like you say, you take it for granted.
And the left tackle jumped on that play. John St. Clair moved on the outside.
Part of the reason why.
In this day and age in the NFL, that's a long time to be at the top, too. Bolger. Now throws, and that's complete. Marshall Faulk, 45 to the 44-yard line. Eric Barton coming up to make the stop.
Well, good job by Mark Bolger, just getting extra time to throw the football, but
illegal motion penalty back, and now it's 2nd and 20. Going to throw it, sideline pass, has his man complete. Isaac Bruce out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Chalked up 16 more, and now a very reasonable 3rd and 4.
Puts a lot of pressure on offensive linemen.
Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, a combined 137 yards receiving here in the first half. The pitch for Faulk, cuts it inside to the 20, to the 16, and a first down. "12-yard pickup. We come to the 2-minute warning. Rams in the lead and threatening more. We'll be back.
I mean, bingo. I'll tell you, he's going to make it look like $500. $500, that is. He can tear up some clothes.
First down. Over the middle. Behind his receiver, Isaac Bruce.
But Kurt Warner saying of the quarterbacks on the team, he is the best thrower of the group. And we've seen that today, throwing the ball very well.
Lamar Gordon in the lineup. Shovel pass. Terrence Wilkins still on his feet, now inside the 5, 1st and goal. Nicely executed by the Rams offense.
I'll tell you, wide receivers catching shovel passes. It's just a little bit of everything. Well designed. Tom Newton getting up the field. Good block. And good move and running by Wilkins and Kurt Warner. You're going to like it.
Hey, what's not to like? Looking for your first win of the season. The Raiders, the last undefeated team in the NFL. 1st and goal. Marshall Faulk in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Diving. Did he get there? No signal yet. Eric Barton, Napoleon Harris converge for the stop.
I thought when they're this close, they spread the field. It's just to give Marshall Faulk more room inside. Just a couple inches short.
65 is it?
Now number 65 is an eligible receiver, Frank Garcia. But the give is to lost football, and the Raiders say they have it.
Oakland! Oakland's got it, Oakland!
It is the Raiders football. Tony Bryant, number 94, came up with the ball.
It looks like the handoff just did not happen. It just goes so quick. Look at it, the mesh is not good. Marshall Faulk never gets the football. And Tony Bryant dives right on it. Well, well, let's get in the locker room. Well, why? Especially when you have a potent offense like the Raiders.
And Gannon will just bury it there, and that'll be the last play of the first half. Very different from what most anyone would have expected coming in here today. The Rams have not led at halftime since the divisional playoffs against the Packers last year, but they will take a lead into the locker room. Let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Bill, considering how this first half has gone, how important was that fumble recovery down there?
Huge turnover for us now. We got to go back and regroup. We got a long ways to go yet.
All right, Coach. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, they do have a ways to go because it is obviously a very, very spirited and determined St. Louis Rams team here this afternoon. That's the end of the first half. Our score, the Rams 14 and the Raiders 3. Jim Nantz will be along with the Nextel halftime report. After this message and a word from your local station, you're watching the NFL. And be expected to do a good job. Mark Bulger's done that.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job. Remember, though, he did play a lot in the preseason, so they gave him some experience with this system, and he's taken advantage of it. And the first half, his stats were, well, they're tremendous for a quarterback making his first start. And I think Mike Martz, when he walked in the room Friday morning, Greg, and talked to us, he was excited about him, how he practiced during the week. He said he's extremely well, so he's done that. And also, Mike Martz has confidence now, and he looks at that play sheet. He thinks he's got Kurt Warner in their throat. He's going to call anything.
Rams will get the football here in the second half. Terrence Wilkins from the 12. And close to the 30-yard line. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Mike Martz disappointed in what he called missing a golden opportunity to go up 21-3 at the end of that first half. Mark Bulger, Phil, he said he's doing a great job. He said he's going to sit on this lead. He's going to try and pile up some more points, starting with this drive right here. Greg?
All right, Armin.
I'd say that's good advice.
If it comes down to a tight game, that's a play at the goal line, lost fumble. It's the kind that turns head coaches into ex-head coaches. From the 30-yard line. That's Conwell in motion. Marshall Falk right. And maybe a yard. Didn't really get started well. Eric Barton and Rod Woodson with the stop.
Well, we told you earlier, Marshall Falk, I'm sure you've seen it on TV, walked out of an interview early in the week. And just because you're the star of the team doesn't mean you have to be the team spokesman and always answer the question, what's wrong? It's hard for the players to give the reasons. Again, we said it, Marshall Falk, he declined to talk to us. But he told me on the field, Greg, it was you. He just didn't want to see yours in.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Bulger runs out of time and gets buried. Number 95, Sam Adams. We talked at the top of the day about how Sam Adams and John Perella have been huge additions to this Oakland Raider defense.
Yeah, I think huge is a good word for Sam Adams, number 95. He just keeps working. Bulger open down the field, does the smart thing. Don't force it. Don't try to anticipate a big play. Nothing. Let it come to you. So sometimes you take a sack.
Sam Adams got the sack. John Perella started with a hand on the quarterback. And it's now 3rd and 16 after the loss of 7. Bulger with time. Throws this side of the field, and that's complete to Isaac Bruce. He is still short of a first down, however, and that will bring on the unit.
Nice throw that time. They kept Marshall Falk in. They gave Mark Bulger a little extra time to throw the football. He went to the right side. It was covered. Came all the way across the field, made a good throw.
You see Mike Martz there. There's another guy who's had entered into his share of criticism, and it's amazing how a guy can be a good football coach and then all of a sudden he loses all knowledge of the game, according to several people across the country.
Well, that's right. You know, but the one interesting thing he said to us, I'm going to coach my way, not how somebody else says I should. So do it your way.
Buchanan back to his 9, 15, 20. Tracked down at the 25-yard line. Nick Sorensen with the stop. Rich Gannon and the offense go to work against Mike Martz's Rams after this. Well, he was called the Great One. Now see how Jackie Gleason took every chance and broke every rule to create one of the greatest shows of all time, The Honeymooners. Brad Garrett stars in the world premiere movie Gleason tonight at 9, 8 Central. here on CBS. First down, Raiders movement on the offensive line. And penalty fly. Looks like it might have been Lincoln Kennedy.
False start, 72, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Lincoln Kennedy told us when you sit out with injury, you lose a little bit of timing.
Yeah, you do. And he said that also, what did he say? He said Leonard Little got a lot of sacks last year. And this crowd noise here, he says he needs it. He gets that crowd noise behind him. He says that gives him just enough an edge where it's hard for an offensive tackle to block him.
Lincoln Kennedy missed time with a concussion. Back in the play, there's Charlie Garner out across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now you got to remember, this Raiders offense, the highest scoring offense in the National Football League, and so far today, they move the ball, but they're just having breakdowns, penalties, the ball slipping out of Rich Gannon's hand, not picking up a 4th and short.
An offense that's averaging 40.5 points a game. Gannon over the middle. Porter across the 35 to the 36, and that's pretty close to a first down. Aeneas Williams and Adam Archuleta with the tackle. And let's see if we're going to get the first down or if we're going to get a measurement. It is a first down. By the way, the bad news for the Rams and Grant Williams, a fractured fibula, dislocated ankle, and he will undergo surgery tomorrow.
On defense, make the Raiders hit a lot of short passes to score. And it's worked very well so far.
Once again, the quick one over the middle, and Porter can't hold on. It's incomplete. Adam Archuleta made the hit, and now we get a flag and a personal foul call against St. Louis.
Watch Adam Archuleta, number 31. You get a safety instead of a linebacker. He reacts faster, more speed.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 98, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, that's Grant Whisper. Pretty costly penalty there, keeping this thing alive, moving it to a first down.
Well, it just creates tremendous field position now for the Raiders. Any offense, even when you're the highest scoring offense in the National Football League, it feels better once you get out near midfield.
Ritchie and Garner in the backfield on first down. Quick pass out to the side, overthrows Tim Brown.
Backward pass.
It is a backward pass. I know he's a yard back of the line of, no, more than a yard back. That's about a 4-yard loss.
Boy, the simplest play you can have in an offense for a quarterback is the quick throw, the screen, and the Raiders are 1 for 3. Twice the ball has gotten away from Rich Gannon and gone incomplete.
I believe that's ruled a fumble by Rich Gannon.
You're right, 1 for 2 with the fumble.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Garner, this side, running room, 40, out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Kim Herring ran him out. It's enough for a first down.
Charlie Garner is about as close to Marshall Faulk as you can get. He can run with power. You can see he has the speed. Something he's doing better this year, and he did a little more patient, takes it outside. A tremendous pass receiver.
Garner came into the day's action over 300 yards and 3 TDs rushing, over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns receiving. Gannon, short drop, throws it out here. Roland Williams, the tight end, is run out of bounds inside the 35 at about the 33. Travis Fisher, who has had a busy day. The 2nd-round draft pick out of Central Florida.
Here comes the play from Mark Trestman to Rich Gannon. Last John Gruden used to give him a lot of extra information. He says this year, nope, we're not doing that.
And now we get a timeout call by the Rams. So the Rams use their first timeout of the second half, 11:13 to play here in the 3rd quarter. St. Louis leads at 14-3. Peters to the line on 2nd and 6. Charlie Garner, nowhere. Wrapped up at the 33-yard line. Ryan Pickett. And Rich Gannon is not in the best of moods right now, Phil. This is just at that last timeout.
Get the play in. That's basically what he was yelling at Mark Trestman and Bill Callahan.
3rd and 6. Gannon throws. Oh, big hit at the 25-yard line to Charlie Garner. And we have a marker in the backfield. The play is enough for a first down. It's against St. Louis.
Personal foul, face mask, number 91. Half the distance to the goal, at the reception, first down.
That's Leonard Little.
This is what you call hidden yardage in a game. Right now, just in this series alone, 2 15-yard penalties against the Rams defense. You're going against the highest scoring offense in the National Football League. You just can't do the extra little things that creates a personal foul.
The Raiders come in averaging 40.5 points a game, averaging over 460 yards per game in total offense.
And teams have been aggressive against the Raiders offense, blitzing him, and that's why they've been scoring and making big plays. The Rams being conservative, making them go slow, and it's worked well.
Charlie Garner, left side, stacked up. Kim Herring was the first one to hit it. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11.
You know, it's interesting when you think about it. The Rams defense was so good last year, and it was conservative. We were here in the preseason, and Greg, you remember, Lovie Smith says we want to get to where we're more aggressive, make more plays, help our offense out even more. They tried it. It backfired. It really did. With the way they're playing today, you go, why do they always do this? Because they're best at this style of defense.
We have a marker and a false start on the Raiders.
False start, number 84, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Jerry Porter, top of the screen. Made a little move, backed them up.
You know, this is the first time we've ever done a regular season game in St. Louis for us up here, and I can imagine the crowd noise when this place was, when they were really rolling, how it was so difficult for the opposing team. It's loud here today, and they're 0-5.
Gannon flips to Garner. Garner diving, comes up just shy of the 15-yard line. Tyoka Jack stops him after a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 13. Remember, at the start of the game, this is the end of the field at which the Rams pulled off a goal line stand and stopped the Raiders short of the end zone.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Tyoka Jackson, though, and Ryan Pickett are 2 defensive linemen that have played very well for the Rams, and Mike Martz even singled them out, saying how they've come along and done so well, and both have played well today so far.
Gannon over the middle. Jerry Porter inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
They're about 1.5 yards to 2 yards short. I think they'll kick the field goal this time.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Sebastian Janikowski comes onto the field on 4th and 2.
But you saw the speed. When you play a zone defense, you drop back, you look at the quarterback. So when he goes to throw, you see where he's throwing it. It allows more people to run the football, and you make the tackle. And that time, that's how they kept the receiver short of the first down.
This will be a 22-yard attempt by Janikowski. The kick is on its way, and it is perfect. And a marker is down. Let's see what this penalty is about.
Holding.
On the Raiders. Judging from that last kick by Janikowski, you could back them about 80 yards and he'd still clock it through the uprights.
Holding, 32 on the kicking team. An arm bar, 10-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
That's Zach Crockett.
Well, you know, Greg, it's called leverage. when you talk about Janikowski, and you can see why he's got some leverage. He's got a lot of other things happening in that uniform, but whoa, he's even getting that belly in the front. But
leverage is not a problem.
But he does have a strong leg.
This will be a 32-yard attempt. High snap. Leckler gets it down. And from 32 yards out, Janikowski is good. 14-6 Rams. Janikowski's 32-yard field goal attempt. Phil, we were taking a look at Gannon's numbers on that drive. 5 out of 6 for just 38 yards. Tells you exactly what the Raiders are trying to do.
Lovie Smith said, I want to see dink, dink, dink. He made him do it that time, held him to 3 points.
Here's Terrence Wilkin from the goal line. Oh, huge hit. 20. Oh, tripped up just short of the 25-yard line. Marcus Knight made what was possibly a saving stop. Another fine return, though. There's Lovie Smith doing a little coaching on the sidelines, and his defense has been very, very active today, to say the least. And you can see it right at the start of the day when Tommy Polley made the 4th stop on the Raiders. They've been all over Rich Gannon. In fact, Rich Gannon told us yesterday, this Rams defense is the same guys that the Rams have won with, and they're more dangerous on turf than they are on grass. First down.
He could be an analyst. He was right.
Marshall Faulk trying to turn the corner. Did turn the corner. Bumped out of bounds at about the 37. Boy, Bill Romanowski is going to say that he was held, but there are no flags on the field.
That was just fun to watch. Marshall Faulk. Good blocking on the outside. Watch Bill Romanowski. Is he held? Probably. But the hands were inside. The official cannot really see that when an offensive lineman, or at that time it was a tight end, Conwell, they get their hands inside, you're going to get away with it.
I know you're not supposed to call penalties on what you think, but if a player doesn't turn around for the ball player going behind him, you've got to think he's being held. First down, Faulk up the middle to the 40.
Well, Greg, just to go back to your point, we've heard defensive linemen tell us you just can't get held. That's one thing you learn as a defensive player. When they grab you, you've got to get away. Don't let the offensive man continue his blocking, no matter how he's doing it.
Meanwhile, Marshall Faulk, 16 carries for 70 yards on the ground today. Three straight NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. 4 straight years, 2,000+ yards from scrimmage. Faulk again to the 43.
Boy, good strategy by the Rams. Just settle the game back down, slow the pace down. Boy, that sounds something you don't hear much when you talk about the Rams in the past year. Slow the pace down, because it only helps the young quarterback and offensive line that I think would have trouble protecting Mark Bulger if he had to drop back time after time.
And now on 3rd and 3, who comes into the lineup? Ricky Kroll, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Troy Edwards. Fleet receivers on the field, along with Marshall Faulk. Whistle blows. And it is Tom Newton who moved early on the offensive line.
Prior to the snap, false start, 1, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So back it up 5, and it'll be a 3rd and 8. The fans here in St. Louis are happy to see a team that more resembles the Rams club that they're used to seeing around here. Coming up on 5:40 to play in the 3rd. And more on the offensive line.
Made me flinch.
False start, 62, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
This time it's Adam Timmerman, and at least they're spreading it out.
Jim Hannafin, been in the league a long time, offensive line coach. But it sounded like Mark Bulger was going to try to get 5 yards back or at least make the defensive lineman flinch, get off balance, so it's easier to block him.
Bulger out here to Marshall Faulk with the converging on him. He evaded the first, but not the second. Napoleon Harris made the stop. A couple of yards short of the first down, and the punting unit will come on.
Well, they changed field position, the Rams did. Get the first down, move the football enough. Now at least you're going to make the Raiders go, hopefully, a long way to get points.
Now, if Philip Buchanan has anything to say about it, he's standing back at his 11-yard line. Line drive kick, Buchanan from the 17, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hit as he crossed the 45 and gets Oakland some pretty good field position at the 48-yard line. Chris Hetherington with the stop. 39-yard punt, 31-yard return. Well, here's our NFL.com poll question. What's been the biggest surprise so far in the 2002 season? Make your choice. Cast your vote at NFL.com. First down from their own 48-yard line for the Raiders. Gannon on the slant. Jerry Rice makes his first catch in a long time. He had 73 receiving yards in the Raiders' first 6 offensive plays, and none until that catch there.
Well, you know, I got to say this, too. When you watch Jerry, he really looks fresh. He looks like his legs. He doesn't show the age that he's 40 years old, which is, that's even hard to say.
Happy 40th birthday today to Jerry Rice.
A 40-year-old wide receiver.
2nd and 1. Garner dips inside 35, and that's enough for a first down for the Raiders. Well, as we said, Jerry Rice, 40 years old today. The only wide receiver in NFL history to play into his 40s, drafted back in 85 by the Niners. He's in his 18th season, still going strong, resurrecting his career with the Raiders. He holds every major NFL receiving record coming out of Mississippi Valley State. I guess you can say he's made his mark on the game. First down from the 35-yard line. Charlie Garner cuts inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Tommy Polley with.
Boy, good-looking play by the Raiders. Little misdirection. Roland Williams, the tight end, leads it up in there. Helps him get some extra yards.
Talked about how long Jerry Rice had gone without a reception. Tim Brown only has 1 catch today, and that's good for 13 yards. Second and 2. Kirby for a first down at the 25.
You know, Greg, you talk about that Tim Brown's only got that 1 catch. But now with the Raiders, you got Brown and Rice. Jerry Porter is definitely one of the 3 receivers. They don't, as Jerry Porter said to us when we talked to him yesterday, he goes, last year, I was just a clear-out guy. I just made holes for them to catch it. This year, he's part of the offense. Along with Charlie Garner, it's hard to have all the passes just thrown your way.
Gannon to throw over the middle. Yard line. And tight end Roland Williams made the catch there. Jerry Porter, it's worth pointing out, was a wide receiver at West Virginia when Mark Bulger was there.
He was that's right. He was a quarterback and a wide receiver. Actually, at one time, I was talking to Mark Bulger on the field. Jerry Porter, and he was a quarterback and a wide receiver. Actually, at one time, I was talking to Mark Bulger on the field. Jerry Porter came in as a quarterback, and Mark Bulger just goes, gosh, I hope he can't read defenses because he was so athletic and he could throw the ball so hard, and he gave it up pretty quick and found his way to wide receiver.
Garner, left side. Aeneas Williams and Adam Archuleta. Boy, what a job blocking on the left side by Frank Middleton, who appeared to clear out a couple of the Rams.
Yeah, he did a good job, Craig, but also we haven't talked enough about Adam Archuleta, what he has done and how well he is played from up near the line of scrimmage.
Gannon pulls it down, now throws over here, in and out of the hands of Roland Williams. And that'll bring Janikowski and the field goal unit onto the field.
Well, that's why you got to have more than one way to win a football game in this league. No matter how good you are, the offense, the passing game is not going to click every single week. So you need a defense, special teams, whatever. You got to have a lot of ways to get it done.
Janikowski from 35. He missed it. Mike Martz sees his defense come up with another stop. 5 yards out, we think we know why. Adam True, the long snapper, watch the low snap to Shane Leckler.
Yeah, it's a low snap, takes a bounce, but he gets it down pretty good. When I say it just missed, it was inches just outside the left upright.
Janikowski calling it good from where he stood, but he doesn't count. 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Rams have managed just one first down in the second, or in this third quarter so far. On the slant, incomplete, intended for Marshall Faulk. Jim Nantz has an update from New York. Let's check in with him. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. Jacksonville with David Garrard at quarterback. Well, that update in a moment, but first is Trent Green throwing a touchdown to Bo Richter. Second time today they've hooked up. Chiefs lead by 10. Back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you. What that Kansas City offense this season?
Yeah, it's really doing well.
Always nice to get confirmation from you on my thoughts.
Well, thank you.
2nd and 10. Faulk, running room, right side. First down yardage and across the 40 to the 41. Marshall Faulk has hit the field with a purpose today.
Yes, he has. And the offensive line, they're going against the #1 rated run-in defense in the National Football League. And look at that hole that Marshall Faulk runs into. And Greg, Mike Martz said he wanted to see some passion out of his football team. He's seen it from his defense, and the offense is doing the same. Running the football today, they've done it very well.
There are the numbers. Oakland allowing 59.5 rushing yards per game. And the Rams have chalked up 89. And with that whistle, we come to the end of the third quarter. With our score, the St. Louis Rams 14, the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, Rich Gannon has 7 touchdown passes the last 2 weeks, still looking for his first of this day. Richie and Kirby in the backfield. Brown in motion. Gannon rolls, throws. Tim Brown run out of bounds at about the 2, but has enough for a first down, it would appear, and it'll be 1st and goal.
You think of the Raiders, the sprint out pass, Tim Brown. Nice throw by Rich Gannon on the move. But think about the Raiders offense today. The penalties that stop drives. 2 field goals. Missing a field goal.
Gannon out here for Kirby. Touchdown. So the Raiders finally get on the board with a touchdown. With 8:05 to play in the fourth.
Sorry, Greg. What they do, they get Tim Brown and Jerry Rice to the same side. The defense puts all its efforts into those 2 receivers, and nobody covers Terry Kirby.
Well, Rich Gannon was signaling he wanted to go for 2, but Coach Callahan has sent the extra point unit onto the field. Janikowski.
Extend the game. Don't go for 2 yet.
Janikowski's kick is good. The Raiders go 91 yards in just over 3 minutes for their first touchdown of the day. 28-13 St. Louis. Post Watch Network. Rich Gannon, 91-yard drive. 300 yards passing for Rich Gannon today. 118 in this quarter.
Well, the Rams guard against an onside kick. They have 9 players up inside the 10.
Oakland has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Janikowski's going to kick it away. Yo Murphy from the 2 thought he was in the end zone. They're going to run it at the 10, 15, the 20, and out at the 22-yard line.
83, Yo Murphy on the return.
This has been the Rams game from the start when they came up with a big defensive stand, and then Mark Bolger has taken over with not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdown passes. Marshall Faulk has done his part in the running game, and Bolger ran it in from a yard out. After 2 field goals, Terry Kirby on the touchdown pass from Rich Gannon, and we stand at 28-13 with just under 8 minutes to play. Those rushing yards for the Rams, courtesy of one Marshall Faulk.
Well, for the Raiders to have a chance, they almost have to stop them in 3 plays and out.
Faulk across the 25 to the 27.
I always think when you get in situations like this, you have to gamble somewhat. You have to almost think that the Rams are going to run the football, so call a defense to stop, to a run blitz, whatever you want it to be. And if you're a defender, think run first and then react if it's a pass.
As you look at the scores of today's action in the NFL going by you, just another day in the National Football League. With its fair share of surprises. 2nd and 5. Bolger to throw. Time in and out of the hands of number 81, Torrey Holt. And it'll be 3rd and 5. And let's check in downstairs with Arnold.
Thanks, Greg. You know, Mark Bolger, just a little follow-up on his story. Mike Martz said he did little more than just pick up a paycheck last year, just along for the ride. So in preseason, Mike Martz created a controversy and really created competition for that number 3 spot. He forced Bolger to really prepare every day in practice and perform under pressure situations, which he did in the preseason, completing 67% of his passes. He's really responded much like he did today, Greg. Back to you.
He threw 3 touchdown passes, threw 3 interceptions in the preseason. Bolger hit as his arm was going forward, and that's an incomplete pass. Bill Carollo called it immediately, and that'll bring the punting unit on. John Perella, Travian Smith, both in on the quarterback. The Raiders got themselves a good pass rush.
Well, they got what they wanted. 3 plays and out, an incomplete pass, stops the clock, and most likely good field position.
Philip Buchanan has been terrific in the punt return department today. He stands at his own 30. And we get flags.
Delay a game defense, number 33, flinching, trying to create a false start by the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty by the defense. Still 4th down.
That's Anthony Dorsett, and you're not allowed to do that to the offense.
Nope. It's been a rule they put in, I don't know, it's been about, I'm going to just say 4 or 5 years ago. Does that sound right? See, it seems like 2, so whatever you think anymore, just double it. Because everything just goes so fast.
Still a punting situation. Berger gets it away and gets a fine kick chasing Buchanan back, and it sails out of bounds. And this is going to be at about the 15-yard line. Good kick by Mitch Berger of 53 yards. And we remind you, next Sunday, division rivals get after it. Drew Bledsoe leads the Bills against Ricky Williams and the Dolphins. will be out west. Drew Brees and the Chargers battling Rich Gannon and these Raiders. Check your local listings. It all begins with Jim, Dion, Dan, and Boomer on the NFL Today. For more, go to NFL.com. America Online's keyword is NFL.com. Understand that computer of yours is actually on the premises.
I got it going. Haven't turned it on yet, but it's there. It's hooked up.
I can't wait to hear you say you turn it off every night just to conserve the power.
No, this is the week I'm going to email you.
6:54 to play. Gannon. Near side, out of bounds, incomplete. Roland Williams stepped out of bounds before that ball ever got to him. Got to know where you are on that sideline, and Williams did not.
Well,
Second and 10.
You know, Greg, we saw Rich Gannon earlier getting on the coaches. Then he got on his offensive line, and he made a gesture to Roland Williams. Know where you're at. Have the presence in. You know, Rich Gannon is he's a perfectionist. He is the leader of this football team, and he has earned the right to complain when he doesn't like something.
This pass incomplete for Kirby. It'll be 3rd and 10.
He's telling him 3 yards. We're supposed to be 3 yards down the field instead of 5. And you heard Jerry Porter tell us that you can run a route.
Illegal contact, number 22, defense prior to the pass, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Oh, so Travis Fisher's contact gives the Raiders a first down. But yeah, Jerry Porter was telling us exactly how picky Rich Gannon gets out there.
Yeah, that's what he does to the whole team. He says, when I run a route at 9 yards, it's supposed to be 10. Rich Gannon is all over me. He wants it exactly at 10 yards. And listen, when you have the highest scoring offense in the NFL, there's somebody paying attention to the little things, and Rich Gannon is one of those guys.
Going to go deep on the far side. Intercepted. Travis Fisher. Gannon had gone 112 consecutive passes without an interception. He's had 2 picked here today.
Well, he had to take a chance. That's what it was. If this game was close, Rich Gannon would not have tried to make this throw down the field. Tries to throw it over one defender in front of the other, and Travis Fisher reacts the way he should. Protect the deep pass. That's why he gets the interception.
The rookie makes his first NFL interception. You might figure Marshall Faulk to get a little work killing the clock right here. Slides down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. This has been
so much in the preseason that helped them. I think it helped them get off to a poor start.
That gave us a number 84, Ernie Conwell, the tight end who lined up in the backfield. And they aren't going to take any chances putting it in the air. Marshall Faulk going to go down at about the 43-yard line. Trace Armstrong with the stop on the far side of the field. Lost 2 on the play.
Talking to some of the Rams and just being around there on Friday, no, I did not. But I think it was there, coming out early, making some plays, got the players excited, and really got the fans into it, and they've cashed in on it.
A big defensive stand early in the game. Buchanan, fair catch, made at the 12-yard line. So Gannon and the offense take the field again after a 30-yard punt and a good one by Mitch Berger.
Now what you do here on offense, you take your time, you still have 2 timeouts, and you just try to score.
St. Louis, where the Rams are making a strong bid to win their first of the year, and Rich Gannon goes down back at the 6-yard line. Damian Lewis, number 92. Symbolic of the kind of pressure that they've put on all day long.
Let's go over Grant for Grant Wistrom. That allows him to get the sack.
2nd and 17, quick pass, and out of the backfield is Terry Kirby, and hit hard as he crossed the 15-yard line. Aeneas Williams. For those of you who have just joined us, Mark Bulger, the third-string quarterback, made his first NFL start today, threw 3 touchdown passes for the Rams and rushed for a 4th. Marshall Faulk over 100 yards rushing. On 3rd and 6, Gannon goes down again. Damian Lewis and Leonard Little.
Damian Lewis, last year's first-round draft pick, has battled some injuries, finally getting back into playing shape, and the last couple plays he has been or had a huge impact.
Bounces out of bounds just across midfield. Terrence Wilkins did not have a chance to return it. First down for the Rams. Just short of midfield. Here comes Marshall. And he has stood up at the line of scrimmage. May have gained a yard, but what a day Marshall Faulk has had with the football. Watch the cutback. And on the receiving end, coming across the middle, found the end zone. And just the ability to keep that Raider defense off balance with the ground game has allowed Mark Bulger the chance to complete the passes when he's been called upon to do so.
Where it becomes counterproductive. The Rams finally came to grips with it. It looked like this week and had a tremendous week of practice, and they've carried it over to the game.
Prior to the snap, false start. 63, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Has done a good job. He's done a good job because we haven't called his name.
That unit has had 5 false starts today. The pitch to Marshall Faulk, he had to go back and get it, and now has to reverse field and is buried back behind the 40-yard line. Sam Adams and Anthony Dorsett. The pitch to Marshall Faulk was a little bit behind him, and it slowed him down.
A lot of styles, a lot of different ways.
3rd and 18. Faulk. Boy, what a day's work he has put in to the 40-yard line.
I'm telling you, he's had it now. All these handoffs now late in the game. That Raider defense is coming over there, and he's going backwards.
Coach, don't we have... Wobbly kick, penalty marker flies. Buchanan at the 20. Changes direction, back to the 15. Going to lose yardage. Out of bounds at about the 17, and now let's check the flag. We have a hold, and it looks like it'll be against the Raiders. And physically to knock off the only undefeated team in the league.
Yeah, it is, Greg. It was a tremendous effort by them, a tremendous effort by the coaching staff. And I just can't imagine how they felt as a team. High expectations. Been to the Super Bowl 2 out of the last 3 years. To start out 0-5. Those are circumstances where it's really hard to get the energy to get up and even go to work.
Gannon to Kirby again out of the backfield, and that's enough for a first down out to the 25. Quick pass out here to number 83, Marcus Knight. And now Gannon wants to kill the clock with a spike.
Well, I guess that was their version of the fake spike.
And he does. You're a friend of mine.
He looked like Jackie Gleason there, though.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Jerry Rice. And it'll be 4th down. You know, after this game, maybe now Adam Archuleta can go back to that, mastering that art of doing nothing.
This year, of course, making that first paycheck, it's a good time in their life.
That pass is incomplete, and the ball will go over on down. Adam Archuleta said he missed 6 tackles last week, and he said the only thing I can do is point the finger at myself and go out and do a better job. Boy, he has done that today.
Yeah, he left in today, and he enjoyed it. Boy, look at Mike Martz. That is some pressure off of his shoulder, and probably just a lot of fun to see his team come back and play the way that he knew they were capable of and what he's used to seeing from them.
How about Rich Gannon? 332 passing yards in a losing effort here today.
Well, he's not going to be happy about some of the mistakes that he made himself. Today, they deserve to win.
And Mark Bulger will take the last snap of his first NFL start and walk off of the field a winner. And I believe he's walking over to look for his former teammate from West Virginia, Jerry Porter. They meet right now and shake hands. Bulger, 14 for 21, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns throwing, and 1 running the football. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel. So long from the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, where the final score, St. Louis over the Oakland Raiders. Stay tuned for 60 Minutes, except on the West Coast. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.